the salon up here to Cobb County with these white folks, and y'all ain't about to do this. Cobb County, they out here ready for this. I ain't want none of y'all to go to jail tonight, all right?
I don't have nothing to say to Jasmine. I've been sending my child support checks, so I don't know why she felt the need to pop up here, and I'm not sticking around to find out. I just got back in the house. I'm not trying to do anything to mess that up.
At the Love Hip Hop Atlanta gathering, tensions were quite high. The commotion began when Spice became cheeky during her performance and retreated near Scrappy. Bambi didn't believe it was going to be enjoyable, even though it was. Imagine that when you are competitors, your husband gets too close to you. The next thing you know, Bambi was backstage confronting Spice. Why did you do that? You get what I mean. Spice was unconcerned, but Bambi's voice broke with annoyance. She simply shrugged and continued, "Girl, I'm just having fun. You need to relax." It seemed as though Spice was putting her relationship with Scrappy to the test because of the constant conflict, jealousy, and insecurity. Observing the entire incident, Jasmine suggested that Bambi talk to Scrappy rather than Spicy in an attempt to reassure her. Instead, now that he were on her side, Bambi lost her temper with Jasmine. The room was becoming oddly quiet, and it was not just Spice that irritated her. Sensing the tension, Spice stepped back, but Bambi was too upset to pay attention, and that small play had completely blown her mind. As she did so, a significant question hung in the air. Was this the beginning of even more drama? She was left feeling the weight of all those unsafe feelings. Since strangers continue to appear pretending to be me, we must address this issue. We're all sitting about here, so that must be Rash's predicament, right? Hello, Jack, how are you? I don't know you, and to be honest, I don't want to know you. She's going too far, and it's aggravating, buddy. How are you doing, Jay? The problem is that, although Tyara and I get along well, I was unaware that I had asked her. When Tyara would bring Jasmine along, why should she ruin my joy as if it were normal? I completely expected this to happen, and I'm out. Will KD show up, and who will be the next person to pass by? I have the impression that I am having déjà vu. Now, when things are beginning to get strange, I will no longer stay and put up with it. I came here to talk to Rashida alone in the hopes of finally convincing my son's father to accept responsibility for his life. Naturally, Rashid isn't there, and her friends are prepared to take over. It goes without saying that he will be here because Kirk and Jack are friends, even though I'm pretty sure none of us anticipated his presence. What's the purpose of these surprise visits, though? It irritates me that some people believe it's acceptable to just show up without warning. We should strive to avoid the drama and keep things simple the next time. You know me, even if I don't think I do, and I'm not interested in meeting you. Listen, I've already had enough of these folks up here today, so I won't get any more involved in this mess. They're all worked up because I swear to you that I don't want anyone to go to jail tonight. Since I have been paying my child support and I have nothing to say to Jasmine, I am unable to do this. I won't be staying to find out why she came here because I've just gotten back into the rhythm of things and I don't need any more drama or difficulty. Everyone is currently feeling a certain way about Tia's choice to invite Jasmine, but the real question is why she is upset with me while letting him get away with it. Don't worry, nobody saw anything. I'm just observing from the sidelines. He's equally interested in staying out of the spotlight. The heat was felt by both KK and me. No one is in the mood for that chaos, so I apologize if I interrupted your party. Thank you for the invitation, but I just want us to be at ease. Enjoy your evening, everyone, and best bye. The scene undoubtedly set the stage for further drama. Sitting side by side, Spice and Jasmine gazed at a storm. It was not long before things became heated. Spice never holds back while expressing her emotions. Her personal life was a roller coaster. Her career was demanding, she was dealing with a lot of drama, and the conflict with her friends was simply the cherry on top right now. There was clearly discontent going on since the subject of conversation was Jasmine, a lady who had a brief romance with Scrappy. Some people loved Jasmine, while others didn't. Spice found her controversial due to her well-known past and personality. The tension in the room really started to increase until Jasmine said something that really got to Spice. The other women, as silent as mice and perhaps sensing that things would get heated, never refrained from responding to her with remarks so incisive they might cut her sentences off. Jasmine was adamant that she had no room to back down. Fierce's verbal retaliation was brief and intense, and Spice didn't even blink an eyelash. It was no longer just words. Both women had reached their breaking point, and it was about pride, old grudges, and long simmering hatred. Spice was obviously offended by Jasmine's tone because she abruptly lost it and slapped Jasmine across the face. It reverberated, and none of them wanted to give in. For a moment, everyone was in disbelief. The slap was more than just a physical altercation. It was a release of suppressed anger and fury. During the months of silence that dominated the air, everyone was torn between accepting that they couldn't change the situation and deciding to step in and help. Time stopped as if Jasmine hadn't fully taken in what had happened. Her expression was one of surprise and awe as she stood there, stunned and clutching her cheek. The silence was finally broken by Jasmine. Her remarks were wobbly but firm, and after a long silence, she had little to say since she was so overcome with emotion. She was quiet, but there was hurt in her voice. There was no need for you to do it. The weight of their unsafe frustrations hung heavy in those quiet seconds, marking a meeting that would not be easily forgotten. Spice's usual swagger had vanished. Aware of the drama that had just occurred, she spoke tentatively and in a whisper. Finally, she was able to speak, but her words were lost as she tried to process what had happened. It was more than just a slap, it was an earthquake. As the two women subsequently talked about it in detail, the cameras captured every tear and sharp gasp, producing the kind of musty TV drama that would be the talk of the town by morning. Following the show's airing, cast members and fans posted their opinions on social media. Others saw Spice's point of view and attributed her outburst to an unresolved grudge, while others, like Jasmine Herr, thought it was disrespectful. Jasmine had her team, and they were ready to call out the inappropriate slam. In Atlanta's love hip-hop scene, even the biggest drama fans weren't prepared for this Spice versus Jasmine blockbuster. So here's the lowdown. The hostile field environment in Atlanta was already known to rapper Scrappy. Spice, with her bold personality and commanding presence, was juggling a lot of personal and professional challenges, not to mention the clash that would destroy their TV career. As it proved that emotions might bubble over boiling hotter than the camera lens can take, the fans were left speechless and in complete shock. Castmate arguments, of course, could not have prepared her for what lay ahead. Jasmine had been causing issues for a while now, disturbing members of the gang with her fierce prior pranks and confident manner. Anger had been simmering beneath the surface for weeks, but it all began with a small argument. Everyone in the room fell silent as Jasmine whispered a wry comment that reached the core of the problem. It all felt like it was about to blow up. Spice remained true to the form. As usual, she was direct and made no effort to be kind or compromise. Even Jasmine, who is obstinate, persisted. As the back and forth quickly heated up, all of the suppressed pride and rage just spilled out. Words had given way to a full-fledged argument filled with unresolved issues and ego conflicts. You could feel the heat as the situation deteriorated and the other women watched helplessly. It was impossible to stop this long brewing emotional storm.